Started. So let me just see if I can hear hear you guys. One person come forward and say something. Hold on. Now do it.
How are you?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, perfect. Okay. So, guys, let's start with the first question, please. First question, first chart, first anything. Damn, man, like these markets have just been moving crazy good.
How's it rocks?
Hiya.
Good, man. How are you? Good.
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Thank you.
Good, man. I'm looking at GJ, and I'm thinking that there might be a potential bottom there on the 4 hour.
For what? A continued sell?
No, for a push up.
Yeah, okay. But look where is the momentum right now?
Yeah, it's bearish. I'm waiting for a shift there.
Yeah.
I've seen even on the 15-minute that there's been a slight shift. I know that it was failing to push down, but I'm looking at it now.
Look at the behavior of the last 2 hourly candles. What has it tried to do on 2 occasions?
Yeah.
What?
It's tried to push up, but it got rejected.
Failed, right?
Yeah.
This is off of the back of the previous 4H candle close where the momentum shift is down, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you wasn't looking for buys in this 4H candle close, you'd probably be calling 50% retracements, right?
Yes.
Yeah. To go against that momentum of bearish, go against that bearish momentum, I think is kind of suicide, to be honest with you.
Sure.
Remember, it's all down to you to take the trade if you feel like there's a buy opportunity.
Yes.
I would personally wait for this shift to really happen. I wouldn't overlook the fact that price is still technically stuck in a range now, right?
Yeah, I was looking at that too because I think it's ranging because I know we don't usually look all the way left or whatever, but I've seen that it's like on a consistent support resistance. I know we don't buy support resistance. I'm waiting for a momentum shift before I get in.
Yeah, I think personally, your best options is sells when the sell opportunity arises. I don't think there's a sell now at the bottom of this structure low because we know this trend is down, so you buy in the bottom. I personally would wait for the market to get a directional bias, which it hasn't got yet. Because I was expecting this to be the lower high. I'm expecting the lower low to happen, but you know, you clearly see it's just ranged. Now, if we remove everything, you can see that we've recently broken this range to the downside, indicating more sell bias pressure, right? But we're now coming into the previous low. So I personally would wait for price to pull back for continued sells or break for continued, for continued sells. For buy bias, I personally would need this 4H candle to close and then personally just wait for an hour candle to push up to indicate that bullish pressure so that you can follow the next momentum enough to go to break even on a trading opportunity if it arises. And then that that will just give you a nice structural change where you'll get that higher low on your lower time frames and you'll just have better chances of getting to break even as opposed to
just calling
it. That's the one. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, great. Shot, man.
But does it make sense though?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does. It does. Thanks, man.
All right, bro. Next question, next chart, please. $48 members. I'm not going to keep asking this. Come on, guys. Let's come forward with questions. Yeah, you can review losers, winners, potentials. Tell me about your heartbreaks, your psychological problems, your emotional problems, what you have for breakfast. I don't care. I just don't want to be talking to myself. The sessions are for you guys, and I really want to help you to get to where you need to get to. So questions. Talk to me about what you plan to name your next dog that you buy or whatever. I don't give a frig. Just let's talk, please.
Yes, can we take a look?
Everyone's talking at once.
Oh, wait.
You go first then. Wes, you go first.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
let's review your losing trade, Wes.
Okay. I was into euro yen this morning for a long 50% retracement.
Okay, euro yen for a long on a 50% retracement. Okay.
Yes, my entry was at 120.051. And that was after my
Stop loss, please, bro.
stop loss was 119.951.
951. Thank you. And a 1 to 3, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Very good. Okay. So let's just take a look at this a second. So from a 4-hour perspective, let's see how this market translates. So sell by structure, lower low, price made a lower high, failed to break the previous low. Finally, bullish pressure to the upside with a slight wick rejection, indicating bearish sentiment. So at this stage, I would be mindful of just that single candle there with this wick rejection, okay, just as a range to go break even, just in case we can't pass this. Because at the close of this candle, this is indicating still some sort of bearish pressure. If it closed stronger, it's indicating bullish pressure. So, excuse me, let's just bear that in mind. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Let's take a look at what you're seeing. So this is the 4H area in the market we said be careful of. The wick, just in case it comes to that level, and then eventually it goes back down, which by the looks of it did. You're entering at this level here on the hourly time frame. So
I was at the 15 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
For my entry.
For your entry. Yeah. Okay, 15-minute. Before this wick happened, of course. Makes sense. Okay. So surely around that level there. So now you're seeing the market. I mean, is this the cleanest of patterns, bro?
Yeah, that's why I know what went wrong, but
yeah, it's not clean at all. Now, how did you enter this? It looks like an instant execution.
It was a buy stop.
Where was your buy? Was you triggered in slightly before it went down?
I entered at the 5 minutes, I can see.
5 minute time frame.
Yes. And I got triggered in at 9:07. So that's your time, 8, I think.
So around here?
Yes.
Okay.
But it was a buy stop.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm just going to go where you tell me your entry is, right? So we'll work with that. Yeah. Okay. So now you're using this level here, and this is what you're identifying.
Yes.
Okay. And your entry was triggered here, most definitely here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was earlier because I had my stop loss, and otherwise I could not have.
So it must have been earlier, right?
Yeah, it must have been earlier.
Okay, you guys need to remember the patterns you're taking your trades on. Remember what I spoke about yesterday.
It was at your time, 0809.
It just doesn't. Yeah, but it just doesn't correlate with the times on my trading view. It's hard to work it out. So if you guys can give me patterns, it's much easier. Do you think you was triggered in here at this double bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, Wes. So let's take a look at this. So, I mean, firstly, if we look at the 15-minute time frame, immediately this is awful structure, right?
Yeah, it's ranging.
Yeah, big time ranging. Let's go to the 15-minute time frame. Huge range, and technically, the overall bias of this market is like down, right? Okay. Let's go to the hourly and just take a look at this a second. So you have bearish sentiment. You have the wick rejection that you're working off, which is this fine to work off? Yeah, this wick rejection here after that is not incorrect to work off of, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You have to be mindful of the wick areas here for a break-even trade. That's what I would suggest is most important. 15-minute time frame. Let's take that level. Let me look at the overall structure of this market. So we have the push phase, break the structure, push phase, break the structure. You know, I don't know if you guys are trying to read the market like this too much. Okay. And trying to take into account this much information to identify that this could be a higher low. Most people do that. And that's where the problem lies. Hold on a second. My mate has just pulled up in a cab with my son who is sleeping. Cabman's going to try and help her take out the buggy. Hold on. And he's going to struggle. Yep, he ain't got no children for sure. All right. Okay. Yeah. So I don't know if you guys are trying to account for the trend being like this, for the reason why you think this is a higher low. But what you guys really need to be doing is zooming into your charts like this. Your pattern time frame is just simply to look for patterns and identify where the momentum's at. So if you draw a line and you see the momentum is down like this, then that means you cannot buy this structure. Do you understand? You have to wait for clear directional bias, which means you need price to break above this level, create that higher low, or not create a range and create clean double bottoms before the buys. Does this make sense?
Yep. And then enter on the higher low.
Or enter on the higher low. Now, double bottoms are not wrong to enter on, but you have to understand if you're entering a double bottom, you don't want your double bottom to look like this. Do you understand? Because now what you have to be thinking is if this was an area where you suspected the buy pressure to come from, technically the market should have gone up. There's no reason to think now, after seeing the market ranging for X amount of time, that price will leave it and then come back down to an area where it didn't react from before and then all of a sudden find orders. I mean, I don't know how the banks work, and I don't know if anybody knows how the banks work, but from a technical perspective, this just means there's some sort of lack in buyers and sellers in the market, which technically means we just stay away, right?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah. Now, what I want you to do as well, I don't see this as a bad opportunity to look for a trade. That's the honest truth, okay? Because let me just check the 4 hour. Correct, yeah. So the 4 hour did indicate this break above structure with a wick rejection. So not strong bullish pressure. But when price comes back to this level, you're looking for this wick to form. Once this wick forms, you now have a level to work with, right? So that's good analysis on your part. The only thing that I think you lacked on is the fact that price was pushing down, moving sideways for too long. You guys want to see clean, clear, crisp structure like this. Then you want to see price break that and then create that double bottom or that higher low and then buy the market back to the upside, okay?
Yeah, clean structure on the lower time frame.
Pardon?
Clean structure on the lower time frames.
It doesn't need to be clean. You just need to make sense of it. I don't know how to explain this. For now, I would say just make sure it's clean. Okay? Make sure it's clean. And you will find most of the trades, this is not me making this up, right? If you guys go to the chat and go and check the trades of the traders that are posting the most, you will see that the majority of their trades are clean. And that's one tip. For those that are planning to take the FTMO challenge on, join the FTMO bootcamp on Monday with myself and the mentors, Paulina suggests that, Paulina or Chantel, one of the two of us suggests that you go and try the FTMO trial just to get a feel for the objectives. My next advice to you is, even if you're not taking it, or you are taking it, to go and find either my trades, Paulina's trades, Chantel's trades, Stubbsy's trades, Ida's trades. I don't advise you going to Dean Mobsters. He's a phenomenal trader, but you guys probably just won't understand his style of trading. Go to our trades, and if there's anybody I missed out, I apologize. But go to our trade, go to our name, click on it, click our files, and go through those trades. Do not watch any more videos. If you're taking a challenge, then you should be ready already. You just now need to just really get it in your head that you're looking for clean, crisp structure. Once you look at one of their trades, mark it on the time frame, and then go down to your 4 hour, 15 minute, and work out the reasoning behind why they entered the trade. It may not make sense to you for 10 trades that you're looking at, but I promise you, after an X amount of time of doing that, it will start to make sense, Okay? And it's so important for your growth. It really, really is. Not you, Wesley, personally. You're a phenomenal trader. I'm just saying, just in general for everybody, okay?
Yeah,
That's my
I will
advice.
do that.
Yeah, do it. I mean, I do it, so I don't see why you guys shouldn't do it. I do it all the time. If Chantel posts a trade, or if Paulina posts a trade, or Stubbsy posts a trade, I'll go to my charts, I'll look at it, and I'll be like, that makes sense as to why they took the trade. Or I might be like, nah, that's bollocks. I don't know how you done it, but there you go, you done it. Well done. And then I move on to what I'm doing. Do you understand? But you'll learn so much from it. Believe me. Remember, Forex is a universal language. We don't even need to talk to each other. We could just illustrate what we need on the charts, which is so beautiful. So go and understand their language. All right. Wesley, I think we know why you lost this. Let's see what happens anyway. Did you just get pipped out and then it went up? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Can I just say something for your stop loss placement? What was your entry, please? Because I did notice something.
Let me check my MT4.
Don't worry. I think we can get back to it.
120.051.
Probably. There you go. Oh, no, your stop loss placement was fine.
It was below the previous wicks.
Yep, these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, your stop loss placement was fine.
And at the time of the entries, I thought I was seeing higher lows, or not the big gaps or something, but just the wicks.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I understand, bro. I think we've explained that. I just wanted to see your stop loss placement. For some reason, I thought it was up here. Oh, well, it happens, bro. Sorry about that. But what happened in the end? You would have got a break-even trade anyway, right?
Yeah.
All right, no problem, bro. On to the next one, man.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Who can't see the screen sharing? Yeah. Okay, next question, next chart, please.
Can I go?
Yeah, Paulina.
Yeah, can we look at Euro USD, please? And it is the trade that Gabriel took. I hope he doesn't mind me discussing it. But I was watching Euro USD 2 this morning, and I was waiting for that pullback. Oh, hi, Gabriel. And I did not notice that entry, and I wondered how would you have taken that entry? So
For a pullback.
Yeah, so it was after 10 a.m. close on 4H.
Yeah.
Or we can get rid of that.
It's this candle here, the 10H.
Yeah, that's correct, because it was a momentum trade, really. So if we go down to 15 minutes.
Now, wait. So you're asking me how I would have identified the sell?
So my point is that the previous 4H candle closed bullish.
Previous 4H candle closed.
That one, yeah.
Bullish with a wick.
That's right. And we were all looking for a pullback for continuation to the upside.
But why?
Because, well, it looks like the price makes a higher low on a 4H. We have rejection wicks from the downside. Mm-hmm. And then we got that bullish candle. And then the pattern on smaller timeframes looked quite attractive as well. So I think that's why we were looking for buys, and that's where Gabriel took his buy and he take profit. But I did not see the entry at all.
He took the buy for a continuation up?
Yeah, and he his take profit.
Okay. Early time frame.
So his entry was at 12.
I'm gonna find his entry. I just want to see something, right? So this is the 4H close. This is the 4H.
Next candle is a 4H.
Yeah, 4H close, and this is the wick that formed, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So after the wick has formed, you're now looking for a level where price is reacting to, okay, which is this level here. So let's take this. You're now viewing the structure as a push phase, higher low, push phase, potential higher low, and this is the top wick. 15-minute time frame. Now it illustrates how am I reading the structure from the 4H is a push phase with a slight wick rejection, push up. Okay, now fine. So the 4H is now just closed. This is the wick projection, and now this is the Okay, fine. Let's continue this analysis. So, I mean, how would you have taken that trade with that move up?
Exactly. So he got in. I don't know how and where. Maybe if he could talk to us about it, I would
But
really appreciate it.
But he probably went in on the double bottom, feeling good about this.
Yeah, so I was looking at it and it's just not one of the setups I would have taken. So I think that's why I missed it.
Me either.
Because I do take double tops and bottoms, but there has to be clean rejection coming from one side to another. So
for me, there's no rejection to
yeah, exactly.
warrant me taking this trade. If there was a 15-minute close, then, you know, I mean, again, I did mention it in the group the other day. I'm not the best at taking double bottoms or double tops. But if there was a rejection that came into this level and left a wick, then potentially I'd be more inclined to take a double bottom. On this occasion, I think this is just all about trusting your instincts. For Gabriel, I don't know how often this works for him, because I haven't got the stats personally for this actual pattern. I mean, Gabriel, you here?
Talk to us, Gabriel.
Hi guys.
What's happening, bro?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you. You?
Good, man. Good, thank you.
Lovely. You want me to explain the entry?
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool. Well, if we go to 1H, I just saw the first week, huge week.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. So we see evidence of buy pressure. And if we go to 50 minutes,
yeah,
then I recognize on the left the impulsive, the push move from the not the one on the more the left. Yeah, this one. This is an impulsive move. So either this one is the one who made the lower high. Okay.
Yeah.
No, not a one. Just in the left of that area, on the left side. Well, just can I draw now?
Are you on your computer?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, just take over.
How?
Click my screen.
Okay. Yeah.
Click my screen. Go.
Okay. That's me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the. Can I draw? No.
Yeah, you can draw. Get the tool and draw.
Where's that one?
On the left.
On the left.
Hold on. Yeah, this is the tool. You can draw now.
Okay, thank you. So I see this is the impulsive move. The one that made the high. Okay, price retrace to here, left a wick on 1H.
Yep.
And I was waiting here for the price to see a change on the 5 minutes. Can you please put the 5 minutes?
Yep. Don't move your mouse. Okay.
Okay, can you keep forward the price? Okay, more. Okay, I place buy stop. Well, it's not buy stop. It was an instant execution after this kind of closes, long and stop below. And for me, it works very good because I see a change of structure on the 5 minutes. This for me is a structure change on the 5 minutes on a weak area, 1H weak area, and also because for me it's really important that the price that made the higher low, sorry, a lower high, no higher low, sorry, higher high, sorry, is the same impulsive move that I made on the 50 minutes.
Okay. I think. Thank you for that. I think for us, Paulina, the fact that the price pushed up and we could have recognized this as a higher low, and price came back down is almost like a change in bias for us, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
This impulsive move to the upside, was this news?
There wasn't any news scheduled for today, I don't think.
Really, because look at the manipulation of this price action.
I know. The thing is, I would have taken that double bottom if there was rejection, but I did not recognize what Gabriel has recognized.
No, he went in after the candle closed.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a little
Yeah,
bit more.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank
Good.
you, Gabriel.
You're welcome. I just want to say I'm looking for these patterns always in the 1H or 4H levels, not everywhere, because I think it's more strong on these kind of levels.
Yeah.
And when the candle closes, because to be honest, I was waiting that small doji in the 5 minutes. I was looking to buy, but it was not really. I just say rocks. The 15-minute candle was not really with a huge wick.
Yeah.
So I just wait for the candle to close, the big one on the bottom, and then go long and stop it just below and just leave it.
So I have another question. Would it be wrong to take a buy stop on 5 minutes time frame on that small higher low? Would you consider that?
Here.
That one? Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think he trades like that.
No, but would you consider?
Well, I'll have to check. Let's get rid of this and close this candle at an hour. Okay, so this is the hourly close
Mm-hmm.
with this rejection to the upside. I feel like this candle is closed. I feel like I would have missed a move. So, all right, if I come to this chart on this hourly close, I'm going straight to the 5 minute time frame. I'm looking how the structure has formed like this. This is what I'm doing immediately. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm looking at this, and then I'm going to read the behavior of this market on the 15-minute time frame, and I'm going to read so I'm going to read momentum shift down. We had a breakdown, broke back up, strong bullish pressure in the market. I wouldn't have bought this because of this.
Okay.
Let me just double check with that wick rejection to the top. That wick doesn't bother me. It bothers me here. Because now remember, if I'm planning to take this trade after this candle as a 50% retracement of this, I'm expecting this bullish pressure to then develop the next 15 minute as bullish to the upside. I'm not suspecting that the next 15 minutes is going to push, the next 15 minutes is going to close with an indecision, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because remember what I said on the 4 hour time frame, the reason, because I thought you guys were looking for, well, you was looking for buyers. The reason I would not have bought this market period for a 50% retracement is because of this 4 hour wick. Okay. On the 15 minute, the reason why I wouldn't have bought this at this stage is because of this 15 minute wick. I'm expecting this 15 minute to then develop another 15 minute up. Pattern wise, it looks good to take a trade. Now, let's see if there was a tradable opportunity. So no here. Thank you so much. Here. Okay. So thinking about this now, we can't go to the 15 minute again. Oh, we can after this one. 15 minute time frame. And that's a 15 minute bearish close. Nah, I couldn't have taken this trade. I have to be taking, the hourly was doing what at the time? The hourly was pushing down. Had that wick formed? Yes, the wick had formed. Yeah. So once this hourly has pushed up, okay, and then come back down to create that level, I think it's here, right? Where the, let's just double check this. Let's remove this so I know that where I'm gauging this. Yeah. Okay. So the hourly had opened and pushed up. And by the time that higher low had formed on the 5 minute, it had created this wick to the upside. So think about it this way. This is how the candle would have been pushing down, yeah, as bearish before this wick existed. So it will be bearish with a long wick to the top. That would then mean I'm buying back into this pressure, this sell pressure. Even though the pattern looks very good, it would then mean that I'm expecting this hourly candle's pressure to go from bearish with this wick rejection that it's left behind, just because of a pattern that looks good, to then say, yeah, no, you know what? Rox has bought the market, so I'll just do what you want, which is go up. It's just not going to work, is it? So I wouldn't have bought that trade, no. I wouldn't have bought this higher low. Now, remember the illustration that I backtested EU. You remember that? We both did, I believe, at the same time for the sell.
Yeah.
I sold this into the last 15 minutes of the 4-hour candle, and I sold this into an hourly wick. Sold this into a hourly wick. I sold this into an hourly wick. Bullish, bearish. Correct. Yes. Correct. So off the back of this bullish candle, right? The reason why I took the sell is because after this big bullish candle, this retracement and price pushing up, I'm expecting after this candle, the market to go up and close strong, right?
Yeah.
Because the market reacted from this level, to me, it was an indication of bearish sentiment. When I took the sell, this wick was already in existence. So when I took the sell, I was selling back into this bullish pressure here. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Price did move in my direction enough for me to go to break even, which was around here, but came back on me and stopped me out break even. And then after that, I think it tanked, right?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so that's me selling into this wick here, right? Now, once that candle had closed, again, my decision is, do I sell this market? More than likely, I'm not planning to sell this market back into this wick. I'm going to need to see another strong candle close, either to the upside or downside, to show evidence of that bullish pressure. And I think that is now evident. Is that the candle close is done? Here again, once this candle is pushing down and this wick is here, I'm not buying into this pressure until the bias again shows me either bullish or bearish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then when I took EuroCAD, was it EuroCAD? Let me just check.
It looks really similar to Euro USD.
It was identical.
Yeah.
However, I sold it on the candle close. Let me just go to my MT4. EuroCAD at 44.82.2. 44.8. I recognize the pattern first. 44.82.2. Does anybody's MT4 just not line up with
The times?
the times?
Yeah, they don't.
My MT4 says 12.08. I took the entry, but it couldn't have been because...
No, you took it at 10 in the morning. I think more to the left, more left.
Oh, yeah, it was over here. I
That
recognize it
part,
now. Yeah. Okay, so let's get this entry right. So it's entry was 44.822. I think somebody has access to my trading view because, or do I have it open on my other PC? Oh yeah, I do. That's why it keeps popping up. 822. Okay. I think my stop loss was 7 pips. I cannot remember. I've got it as break even here. Let me just check this is correct. Fuck. I was out of this trade at 44.69.8. 44.69.8 as my first position and my second position. So this is my first position. First position is at here. My stop loss doesn't look right. I can't remember what the fuck my stop loss was. My NT4 got my stop loss at my break even now. Oh jeez. Anyway, imagine that I was telling you guys to remember your patterns yesterday and I forgot mine now. I know I was out of this trade. Yes. Here. This was when the trade was closed. Okay. The stop loss doesn't look correct. Okay, so if I took the trade at 08, it should be on the dot. 08. 0808. So it would make sense that the trade was taken. It would make sense the trade was taken here. And then that was the close.
I've got it on my phone here, mate. Do you want me to send it in the...
No.
You took it after 10 a.m. close. So I think the first 5-minute candle of new 4-hour open was what triggered you in or pushed to the downside, something like that.
No, because I had to enter this as an instant execution on my phone as price was pushing down on the 5-minute time frame.
I'll just put it in Slack, Rock. So I'll print screened it and put it on Slack.
Oh, thanks, man.
You got in a bit lower. You got in on the next up and down.
But why does it? My entry is 44822. So I got even 44. Oh, okay. This is not change it. 22. Yeah. Thanks, dude. And that's it. I recognize it now. It didn't change it here. So 4822. There you go. I think it was a 7-pip stop loss, if I can remember, for a 21-pip target. Almost sure. Yeah, baby. That's it. That's it right there. Okay. Now, let's get to the hourly close on this. Thank you, Stubbsy. So this is the 5. Does this make it 10 past or does this make it 10?
This makes it 10.
So hourly time frame.
A little bit to the right.
Yeah. So this is fine. So yeah. So okay. So on Euro USD, remember when I sold the market on this candle here on Euro USD as it was open. The pressure, the evidence of the market showing bearish sentiment after the big strong candle over there was exactly the same as this. However, on Euro USD, I sold it on this current hourly candle, okay, this pressure, which meant I was expecting this candle to fill its own wick. Does this make sense?
Yeah.
When this candle closed, I then went on to the next hourly candle and said with this pressure and the 4H extension, the likelihood is for price to go down. A slight difference in the entries is the first entry I entered with pressure from the upside and down, from the bottom and from the top on the close of the hourly candle, which means what? The range has been met of that candle, right? So then that's why that trade went to break even though the momentum was correct. Then I entered the next hourly candle at the top, knowing that the range of that candle could fulfill a break-even trade. So that's exactly what happened. I took the trade with that in mind. I waited for price to push deep into my stop loss range and for that candle to close. And then I was triggered into the trade. This was a 5-minute close. This is a 10-minute close. And then as you can see, I took my first profits at 44.69.8. 44.69.8. Which was 1 to 7 on this. And then I took the rest of the position at 44.65.1, I do believe. 44.65.1. Which is just around here. So that was a position. But does that make sense? It needs to make sense for this illustration to work. I sold on this candle here once the range has been met of this candle, and that's why obviously there was no more oomph for this candle to move. And then I decided to take the same trade again off of the back of this. Now look here on this exact same thing. When we were selling into this candle, there was already a wicket. I believe it was, again, let's just go back to this to make sure. This was, 9 o'clock candle. 9 o'clock candle. So when we were selling into this, Paulina, this wick had already created its down wick, right?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Once that candle closed with this evidence here, after this bullish pressure and this wick rejection, I got stopped at break even, you held the trade, but then the next candle opened.
I did re-entry. So I was stopped at break even too because I went break even early, even though it was just a small lot size. But I wanted to test it. And then I have entered kind of in a similar way that you entered EuroCAD, I suppose, because I waited for that slight pullback to the upside, and then I wanted for the candle to fill to the downside, and it filled a lot more than I expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I think the point everybody needs to understand here, right, is that the time that we sold Euro USD and we both got break even was once the range of this candle was almost coming to an end and we had the wicks from the bottom and the top, okay? With our probabilities of winning that trade based on the information that we're gathering so far, we've looking at this structure, looking at the behavior of the candles, is that we're asking the price to do too much, which is sell into its own pressure, okay, after leaving a wick behind, which means the range has most likely been met. Because if this is a bullish close, then technically we expect a higher high. With the evidence of that higher high not forming, that is indicating sell pressure. But with that sell pressure, it's still also indicating this bullish pressure of the previous candle. So even if we identify this and now we're expecting the exhaustion, which happened, we should allow for this candle to close, especially if it's at the end of it, and then try to take the trade on the next hourly candle so that we know that instead of having from where that candle body is to where that candle, this much room to get break even or hit our take profit, which actually happened to us. You know, we got this far and then we got stopped at break even. Allow for the new hourly candle to open where you have an increase in range because you could suspect that the candle would push down enough as it has range to go down. So the most
can I add something? And
yep.
In those circumstances, I think a lot of people were asking about 1H ranges, and it's so important for you to be able to go break even within the range of the previous 1H candle, because we were kind of expecting a push to the downside, but you can't kind of expect it, you can only anticipate it. And we went break even and we knew that we have space to go break even and enough fluctuation there, even if the price turned around and say, hey, I'm bullish instead of bearish. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but what everybody has to understand though, is at the time of taking this trade, we're taking this trade in a bullish structure as a sell. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You're taking this trade as a bullish, you're taking this sell in a bullish structure. So when you're taking this trade, you first have to determine, is this going to be an exhaustion trade or a continuation trade off of the 4H time frame? Then when you come down to the hourly time frame, notice that all we're studying is this area here for behavior. We're not studying all this structure. We're studying this area for behavior at the time of looking for the trade, okay? And once you identify it or think you identify what the behavior is, then you have to determine whether the patterns line up for you to take this tradable opportunity. Do you understand? And then you have to look for your entries either on the 15-minute or 5-minute. And that's how we take these trades. Now, based on the 5-minute time frame, the pattern I'm looking for is this. That's it. If you notice recently, all of my trading opportunities and the majority of the whole community is taking trades like this. Wait, is this correct? I think 12. Oh, hold on. Here, sorry, beg your pardon. Trades like this. Okay. So I'm looking for price to indicate indicate a wick rejection on the higher time frames off of the back of this bullish candle, which we expect the next candle to go up on the hourly. It failed. It left a wick behind. And now I'm saying to myself, I have a level to work with. Now, if that bearish sentiment is going to continue to go down on the hourly, then the structure will change like so. It's then my responsibility to look for a pattern that I'm familiar with, which is this exact pattern. This then will be illustrated by price closing, price creating a wick rejection, going up on the hourly, creating a wick rejection. And then this is how the hourly candle would look at the time. I'm now expecting off of the back of this bullish candle to the upside, this wick rejection of the next candle. Now I have my level to then illustrate to me in an extended market that an exhaustion phase is potentially going to play out. Once I identify all of those factors, I then come down to my lower time frame to identify this pattern, looking for the breaker structure on my lower highs. And the first thing I'm saying is if I see this with wick rejection, that technically, based on everything that I've gathered from my higher time frames, strong push phase, wick rejections on the 4H, expecting the exhaustion, bullish hourly candle, should suspect that the next hourly candle is going to push up, for flip's sake, going to push up. But if it fails, it's now reinforcing my analysis. And then if I see the new 1H candle open and it starts to push up slightly and then starts to leave a wick, that's now creating this structure for me on the 5 minute. And now I'm saying to myself, well, okay, everything gathered together should mean strong bearish 1H to the downside, which is the exhaustion phase on the 4H. And I'm expecting the 1H to do this at least for one candle or one 4H candle. And that's exactly what happened. And that's why I've won the trade. Now, if I decide to say, well, yes, I now have true evidence of a changing structure and on the 5 minute time frame, this is a lower high, I now have to go back to my hourly time frame and see where this hourly candle is. If this hourly candle is super extended, because remember, I put it in the group, you guys go back and read it. I said, I don't think this candle has any more range left at this point, right here. And Paulina says, buy it back to the upside. This is how the hourly candle looked. How can I sell this hourly candle when I know the likelihood of this candle looking like this is probably never going to happen unless there's some huge news? So I knew that the hourly candle had met its range, hence reason why I took off some profits and then eventually closed the trade. It did finally fulfill the full range of the actual trade itself. But look what happens. Price goes back up. Why? Because the hourly candle either retraces. Well, let's get rid of one. The hourly candle either retraces back up after that impulse push to the downside, or because we're in a buy bias market, it now continues its move to the upside. Does this make sense? Chat, does this make sense?
Yes, it does.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Paulina, did you fall asleep?
No, I'm just listening.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. It does.
Mm-hmm. Now, one thing that we've come to realize, and I think Stubbsy and a few others could hopefully vouch for me, is that when we was trading this strategy, let's say about 3 months ago, we were looking for the perfect wick rejections, 2 blah, blah, blah closes now, and everything else to line up perfectly. I think what we've come to realize studying so many trades in the group and working really well together and identifying, how the market moves, that sometimes you're just not going to get the perfect setup. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't wait for those perfect setups, because I personally recommend those that are new and not so comfortable with taking trades or haven't explored using sell stops and buy stops, to wait for the market to look pretty for you, i.e. wick rejections and whatever else. But once you come to a good understanding of market structure, market behavior, how it flows, etc., and it was so crazy. I took this trade as a back test, and then when I posted it, Paulina had took the exact same trade. Point being, you will now start to identify trading opportunities that don't even look like they exist. And I think this is where the power of becoming a real consistent, profitable trader will happen. It doesn't mean that you can't be profitable and consistent before this using clean patterns, but once you start to explore this or get into this remit of trading, then I just think that your trading is just going to take off to another level. Now, granted, it's going to take time. I'm not even going to lie to you. It will take time. But if you put in the work, you study the material, you ask the right questions, you get involved, you follow other people's trades, you challenge other people's trades, you backtest other people's trades, you do the 100 trade challenge. It sounds like a lot, but if you really want it, you're going to do it. You will get here very, very soon. My 7 years of trading and, you know, others, Paulina's and Stubbsy's and Chantel's and D-Mobsters and, you know, Wesley's and Agus's and, you know, Chris's, even Sandra's been with me for about a year and she was really struggling in the beginning and now she is just, whoa. Marvin even, you know, has been here for a long time and didn't do so well last year, you know, has had a few mishaps with his trading. Look at him now. There are quite a few others that I won't mention their names just in case I get slaughtered for saying it, but they're the more, you know, they're more outward with how they're doing with their trading. But the point being, Gabriel as well, phenomenal trader, you know, it's taken time, but they're getting there. So if you want to get to this stage, guys, of taking trades, then just keep doing what you're doing, but make sure that you're doing the right things. Because if you keep taking trades on the basis that you think, you know, this is a tradable opportunity and this is what Rock says without challenging it, then more fool you. Okay. This is why I recommend you do the 100 trade challenge, because you will learn so much. And I'm yet to find a 100 trade challenge student that has failed. Do you understand? Now, whoever has taken the 100 trade challenge and, you know, finished not profitable and you haven't come to me, then again, more fool you, because I can't help you. So I will stand by that. I'm still yet to this day to find a member in the community who has not finished profitable on the trading challenge. I've got my 100 trades for the last month and a half. Yeah, screenshot every trade, man. Challenge every trade. Do all of that. But anyway, that's just a little tip. Probably a lot to take in, but hopefully that makes sense to you guys. Paulina?
Yes.
Are we finished with this analysis?
Yes, we are. Thank you so much.
Rox,
Hi, Stubbsy.
do you want to have a look at a trade for me, please?
Just
hit TP. Thought it'd be good to show some people. It's gold.
Oh my God.
What?
Gold is just the nemesis of all traders. Okay. Can I find it?
Yeah.
Okay. So sell by structure for short. I'm looking for behavior. Bearish, bullish. I only have this to work off at this moment in time. With a range of market, hourly time frame. And this is okay, let's just identify this as a strong push to the upside. Based on the 4H time frame, the market structure is what? Down for sure. Now we have the structure to the upside with this as a wick rejection area in the market. Bullish sentiment down. Stubbsy's testing me now. Okay, so I reckon this momentum came off at the 15-minute. Let me just go here. We have our structure up, first lower high, bearish sentiment down. And let's take a look at this as a wick rejection area. This is at 12:45. Definitely looks good here for this area. And then we have one final area where this could have happened, which is here. And let's go to the 5-minute. So I know where my guy is at on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, so looking at this on this structure, I don't know if I'm going to be bang on, but let me see if I find this. So what would make sense at this stage? This is huge sell bias. Finally, hourly time frame. Why would you sell into that wick? You're waiting for the momentum shift of that candle down. Would Stubbsy take that? Stubbsy, let me go for it. I mean, there's only two choices here, in my opinion, but let me just see. Could this be your trade?
No.
Fuck!
It's further up.
This one?
It's a double top on the 5-minute.
Why did you tell me just hit take profit then? What did you hit? 1 to 10?
1 to 5, mate.
But there you go. You threw me off. You should have said it was more than 1 to 3. I'm joking. Oh, man. All right. So because it didn't make sense why you would have entered this after this wick rejection here. So I was thinking
Yeah.
you'd just wait for that momentum shift again. But now that you said you didn't enter after this wick rejection, you've entered up here. Oh, okay, so now this is going to be interesting. Do you want to talk to us about it?
That's it. Yeah, there.
Here,
Yeah, it's like a little double top and set a sell stop. Got triggered in and put the stop loss to half, and then just went out for a bit. Come back for this session. And it was like on its way.
So what was your reasoning behind taking this sell into this wick here?
Hang on a sec. Sorry. Which wick? Sorry.
This one.
Um,
I'm not saying it's wrong because this is almost identical to Euro USD and Euro CAD as well, where we had
it's
this,
sort of
this wick rejection here after you're expecting it to go higher.
I sort of ignored it.
Yeah, I know
I
you
knew
did.
that it had created a level and it was a strong level to the left, and then
Okay.
it pulled back up on the 15-minute.
Yeah.
And then I went to the 5-minute to set the sell stop.
So this is hourly close. This is a new hourly open. This was the pullback, and then the hourly pullback didn't even pull back. It just literally. This is how it closed here. This is how the hourly closed here, and then from this point, 15-minute, you just thought, "Fuck it, let me sell this shit."
I like
That's
it.
wow. See, for me, I would have just. I mean, I'm not. Listen, Stubbsy knows what he's doing, so I'm not here to tell him anything. I'm just saying to you guys, I personally, because the hourly had closed, right? This is where the hourly had closed. This was the evidence of the push phase, and this was the wick rejection, okay? Off of the back of the previous hourly close. This was the hourly open, literally at the bottom of the previous candle, which is over here somewhere. And what I would have wanted to see is this momentum starting to shift down on the hourly. Would I have taken this trade? Probably not.
I liked the momentum in the last leg down.
This one.
No,
This previous.
Yeah, I liked that.
Yeah.
It exhausted.
This was the hourly wick rejection. This is what you wasn't worried about, because the new candle opened here and just sat at the same level as the previous body of the previous candle, which was over here.
Yeah, and if it had gone up, my sell stop, I'd have just cancelled it. So,
well, where was your entry?
1647.
Yeah.
0.97.
Yeah.
Stop loss 1650.
Yeah.
0.18.
Sorry. Stubbsy ain't going for 1 to 3s anymore. 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Did you take this live?
What do you mean?
On your live account?
Yeah.
You just got paid. I know that for a fact.
I'm done.
This is gold, mate. You just got paid big. All right. So was this an instant execution?
No, I set the sell stop off
Below, once you saw this start to form.
Yeah. Gave it a little bit of room.
Yeah. Damn, dog. That was a very brave trade, man. See, the thing is, Stubbsy's a better trader than me, so I just don't have the balls to take these trades. But for those that want to try and learn a little bit from me, if I was to take this after I knew that the candle would close and the momentum started shifting down, I would have been more, after gathering this evidence here, inclined to look at the trade like this. So, Stubbsy, I'm not taking away from what you've just done, bro.
No, it's fine. I wanted you to say what
I would have looked at the markets like this and said to myself, firstly, okay, so the hourly has just closed. This is the wick rejection. Technically, with that wick rejection, we should see the market go up, okay? Slightly. Doesn't mean it's going up. It just means the momentum should go up. If the market starts to create a level on the lower time frames like Wix, 15-minute or the hourly, then I know this is a level I can work with, period. But because of the bullish structure, I need this structure to change for me. Until this structure changes, there is no trading opportunity right here. Because if you identify this, this is high, this is a low, this is a higher low, higher high, higher low. We didn't make the higher high. So that's first sign. But this is still bullish. So we don't want to be tricked into taking trades. What would then have to happen is the momentum would need to shift, indicating bearish sentiment, to then identifying a lower high so that I can forecast a sell buy structure to the downside. This is where I would have looked to take the sell if I was looking at this based on the evidence from the higher time frames, okay? Let me just check the 4H a second. The 4H had already started pushing down off of the back of this wick rejection in a sell buy structure. And did it create a wick to the top? It didn't create a wick to the top. Okay, so but at the time, the momentum was shifting down, and this candle was shit. That was coming to the close as well of that 4H candle. So yeah, I mean, gathering that evidence, it does seem feasible. This is how to look to enter the market. So the market was pushing up. So what I do, guys, if the market is continuing to push up, what I would do is I will follow my candle like this. So let's say my entry was here. Let's say my entry was here. I'm expecting a trigger into this market. If the next candle, which went up first, I would follow this candle like this. I'll continue to follow this candle. This is what I've been doing recently so I can get to break even, right? I will follow this candle like this. And then once I've followed this candle, I now know that price is up here. Okay, this is where price is. If the momentum is going to continue to push up, then I'm not going to get triggered. But if the momentum is going to continue down, then I know the likelihood of me getting to break even off of the back of 1 5-minute candle is going to be really high if the momentum is strong. If not the first candle, the second candle. Anyway, based on that, we see this candle pushing down to the downside. This is how I would have, likely have traced it. And then obviously, this is how, let's see what happens with this. Oh shit, that would have been a break-even trade anyway by spreads. But there you go. There you have it. That's how I personally would have entered the trade. But Stubbsy, very well done for this trade, man.
Thank you.
Very well done, bro. I think those pancakes last night.
Yeah,
but,
did the trick.
It did the trick, mate. It did the trick. So did you even watch this trade or did you go out?
No, I went out.
You know what's so...
Well, you see where I got triggered?
Yeah.
I just put the stop loss to half and went out. And then I'll come back for the session. I was like, ooh.
Oh, that is sick, bro. Did you even lock it into break even or you just said I'll take the half?
Take the half, yeah.
Wow. Bro, I know you got paid, man. Well done, bro.
Thank you.
Very well done. Yeah, so just to make this clear, who just said that in the chat? Paulina said ballsy, yeah. Seth said ballsy. That was a very ballsy trade. But remember, guys, you know, Stosey's been doing this for a while now, and I think, you know, he doesn't have to answer to why he took the trade. He is a very, very good trader. So 10 lots? Nah, bro. I don't think that was even 10 lots. I think you'll be surprised what kind of lots that was on that trade. Yeah, so yeah, just for those that are new or still trying to really grasp this, this is a very aggressive trade. You really have to really understand what the market's doing and have real faith in, you know, to expect this market to go down. Everything does line up. The only thing that didn't line up is the evidence of the momentum shift just yet. Okay, so this is much harder to take than the momentum shift trades that we would have taken, or how I'm illustrating to take it. So, you know, you'll get to this stage.
My stop loss was higher than that.
I know, but we put it half.
Oh, right, half, yeah.
Yeah, so don't try now and go and take double tops and think it's that easy. It's just not that easy. But as I said, it will come with time. Anyway, well done, Stubbsy, man.
Thank you.
Amazing trade.
Cheers.
All right. Do we have another question? Wait, hold on a minute. So If that's a 1% risk, that's 5% gain. If that was your first trade on FTMO, boy, you're sitting well comfortable. Where was the 1 to 3 and how did the 1 to 3 look? 1 to 3. Yeah. Stubbsy, do you think if you was watching this that you would have forced yourself out of this trade? No, you actually got in high on the 4 hour, didn't you? Yeah, pretty high. So you had more than enough range to get that 1 to 5. What happened with Euro USD? No, Euro CAD. Stop it. Paulina, we was talking about this. I said if this 4H is going to close bearish, we should get a 1 to 5 or a 1 to 9. There is your 1 to 5.
We would have taken you out at break even first, I think.
No, not on EuroCAD, man. Oh yeah.
You would
Let's
have.
check.
And actually, there was news. Someone said in the chat it was something to do with Germany. So that's where we got that spike up.
Oh shit! Yeah, for real. See, look. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. That's why I just don't know whether to hold my trades longer than 1 to 3. Because look at Marvin's trades the other day. He hit a 1 to 3, and then he set the buy order. He went up. Do you know what I mean?
I tried it on my Euro GBP trades the other day, and it picked me out at break even, then went to 1 to 10. So it works both ways, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does work both ways. You just have to, I don't know, man. I mean, you know what? I would say personally, as a preference, if you guys are planning to explore this, if you manage to get in at a good level on the hourly time frame, 4 hourly time frame, and you could suspect that candle could close like this, your 1 to 3 is, let's be realistic about this, your 1 to 3 is here, and you've entered high on that 4H candle before it's pushed down, you could explore going for your higher target. However, if you enter here and the 4H is pushed like this, and this is your entry down here, then the likelihood of you getting that 1 to 5 decreases. So you're better off going for a 1 to 3. So the higher you enter on the 4H, you could explore higher reward. Whereas if you enter lower on the 4H, go for your 1 to 3. I think that's my best advice.
Yeah,
for everybody.
100%.
Yeah. Damn, I'm excited for you, Stubbsy, man. That trade was so sick, bro.
Thanks, mate.
I feel like I won that.
I want to do one of them next week.
Oh, mate, could you imagine? What is actually happening with gold? Because we wanted to see gold come down on our analysis.
It's
it actually
down, yeah.
Creeping, but it spiked up for a minute. Wait, hold on. The analysis was done on the 23rd. 23rd. Oh yeah, 23rd, 21st. This is the first candle. Oh, it did fly up a bit, and then come back down now. And then, oh, have I even closed this? No. What did oil do? Jeez. Shit, man. You know, I actually set a backtest trade on this. When was this? I cannot remember, actually. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. I set a backtest trade for sales, but I don't remember it now. Anyway, oil. I just cannot believe oil, man. Jeez. All right, guys. Do you have any other questions or queries? Or we wrapped up for today? Dollar index came down. Pound USD did go up. Aussie dollar USD. Can't remember that one. What did we say for this? So look here, right? We have a weak dollar, but versus the Aussie dollar is stronger, yeah? Now, let's take another Aussie dollar. Up, correct. Down, correct. Down, correct. Yeah, we've done 2. That would do. It's crazy, right? And you guys have to bear that in mind. It's something I tried to explain on Sunday. Just because a pair is weaker, it doesn't mean that it's going to be weaker versus every pair. Because if the Aussie dollar is weaker than the dollar, even though the dollar's weak, the dollar's going to obviously trump. Ha! Excuse the pun. But yeah. USD CAD. Good thing we stayed out of this, right? Euro USD. What made sense about this? Yeah. Moving up, weak dollar. Man, the market, don't you think, has moved just so beautiful this week? Weak dollar, look, yen strength. What am I expecting here? GJ, I think we did say we couldn't find a bias on the pound or the yen. Definitely holding true, moving sideways. Gold, we said we want to see it come down. USD Swiss franc. Do we even do this? Yeah, we did. USD Swiss franc, dollar weakness, of course. Euro yen. We didn't get a bias on this because of the euro and yen. And we didn't get a bias on this. Look at this, man. Look at this. Just look at this. Technical analysis is just absolutely gorgeous. We couldn't find a bias on euro or pound because there was just no bias of what's stronger or weaker. And look at all these pairs. Euro, pound, yen. Yeah. And finally, US oil structure. I don't know what the fuck this is, but I think I attempted to analyze it. Anyway. Oh my God, look how this is tanked. This is sad. New Zealand dollar weak, right? Versus the dollar, really? New Zealand dollar up. Yep. Down. Yep. Up. Yep. So weak New Zealand dollar. And this is what's amazing, guys. If you can get a bias on Sunday in preparation, for the week, and then by Monday, Tuesday, you get a bias of which single which single currency is stronger, usually it will carry out for the rest of the week. So you should know where you're trading. Very, very, definitely something to think about. Yeah, Auto Trader, I'll take you as the last question. What trade, please? If you come forward and talk, I'll take the trade.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And welcome to the session, bro. Nice to have you on board. If you're talking, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Just?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, so CAD JPY.
CAD?
Yes.
Yeah, CAD what?
JPY. And I took it yesterday.
Okay, did you take a sell?
I took a sell.
You took a sell, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, what was your entry, please? We can't hear you, bro. We just can't hear you.
Okay. Here, let me try something real quick.
Now we can hear you now.
Okay, I don't know what's going on. Sorry. So actually, I took 2 entries.
Let's take your first one.
All right.
83.
So the first one was at 83.261.
Stop loss.
How
many pips?
It was a 5 pip stop.
Yeah, that works. Okay, and then 15 for a target. 1 to 3.
Yes.
Okay,
And I took it on the 5 minute.
of course. So, firstly, how are you identifying the 4H time frame?
It was bearish.
Sure.
We had it.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah, we'd had a push down and then a retracement.
Yeah. Okay. Where did you identify your retracement?
I also identified that on the, so I took it on a retracement and then a momentum shift. So I had on the 5 minute, I had my trend line that was up and then it was broken. It's a little bit clearer on the 5 minute, but yeah, right there.
Okay. Over here?
No, it was, it's right on that,
Here?
next candle.
Here?
Yep. Right there. Yeah. It was on that wick.
Okay.
But it was on the 5 minute, so you can see it a little bit clearer on the 5
Of course.
But
What I want everybody to get into the pattern of doing is explaining your trades from the highest time frame as structure, behavior, and then pattern. Okay? Structure, behavior, and pattern. The reason why I want to force everybody to do this is because I don't want you guys to go onto the charts. I'm not saying this is what you've done, Auto Trader, and say, well, I see everybody taking trades like this. This is why I took the trade. The reason why I don't want you to get into the habit of this is because if you rely on this pattern, what happens next month if this pattern becomes unreliable? You then wasted a whole month of taking the pattern itself, capitalizing on it, but not fully understanding structure and behavior before you then execute a trade. This is not for you, Auto Trader. This is for everybody, right? So think about that, because I think it's very important to know. If you ask anybody who's been here for, let's say, a year, you will, if you ask them, how many times have I developed this strategy and patterns that we trade? I do it almost every month, or not if every other month, because we start to learn to read the market better. We start to understand things in more detail, etc., and then we start to develop new patterns. And but what we can't do is rely on this to work every single time. Just in case next month it doesn't work, we still have the skill sets to understand structure and behavior, so we can start to identify new patterns. Okay, so just for everybody, just to point out, so 5 minute time frame. Let's see how you looked at this. You saw this structure up. You identify the wick rejections. Well, no, you didn't actually, because it's not what you told me. You said on the 4 hourly time frame, you saw this as a pullback, and then you went down to your 5 minute time frame. You saw the change in momentum, and then you saw price pullback. And is this where you set your sell stop for this here, or did you get stopped out?
I got stopped out. So,
did you get break even though?
Yes. So I moved my stop down.
Okay, hold on, bro. So this was your trigger.
It's a market execution on the 5.
Oh, beg your pardon. I'm still here.
It was probably in the US, but
Okay, here I got it.
actually it's the next one.
This one.
Yeah.
This one.
I like that.
Oh, bro, we can't hear you, man.
Man, I'm sorry. Is that better?
Yeah. Is this where you entered? This is all I need to know. This right here.
That one right there.
Okay, how do you identify this pattern?
Exactly. Yeah, so it was a break of the trend line and then a wick rejection.
Okay.
And that's where I entered.
Okay. So you actually entered this candle while it was open, right?
No.
How did you enter this with a sell stop if price had closed? Was it instant or sell stop?
Maybe I had my price wrong.
No,
I
don't
know
worry.
I entered on the close.
The
that
close of this
candle.
candle.
Right.
So this was the close of the candle, and then you set your sell stop.
No, it was market. It was instant execution.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay, so instant
Yeah.
execution. Okay, so
Right.
no. Oh shit! It's gonna freeze. 2 seconds. Oh, here we are. Okay, so let's just identify this trade as a candle close here, and this is this one here we can use. I'm sure this is the right candle. Okay, fine. So this is the importance of using the hourly time frame, okay? Because this is no, because you actually entered this on the current candle. So based on this information, no, you didn't. Based on this information, this is 55. This is hourly close. 55. This is hourly close. Yeah, hourly close.
Yeah.
Hourly close. I'm so lost. 2, 1 closed. Closed. Triggered, instant, open. Ah, there we have it. Okay. So you took this trade when this candle was open on the hourly time frame, and this wick rejection was pushing up with bullish pressure. You remember? Have you been on this at the start of this session?
Yes.
Now, if this was a bus or a train, and you were standing here, and this bullish pressure, or this bus and train was coming towards you, illustrated by this wick and this pressure, would you want to stand in its way?
Well, I don't. I mean, no, but I feel like so in the back testing that I've done, I feel like a lot of times that's a bearish candle though when it closes.
Okay, so you have evidence from your back testing that this is evidence of a bearish candle.
Yes.
Okay, with your back testing, do you have evidence that if you enter the trade 5 minutes before the candle close with bullish pressure, that it will continue to go down?
That I'm not so sure about.
And this is all I'm trying to get at. So
Okay.
I'm not saying that selling into this candle is incorrect, right? Because we've done it on Euro USD, we've done it on USD CAD, Euro CAD, and Stubbsy has just done it on gold. But understand this, you're selling this market on this hourly candle 5 minutes before its close when it's showing evidence of bullish pressure.
Okay.
Now, even though the pattern illustrates to you a break of structure, okay, and a pullback wick close, your best possible chance to enter this trade is to allow for this hourly candle to close and then create a double top off of this structure here. This structure now gives you evidence of the hourly close, okay? And now you're looking for price to shift off of this to come back to give you confirmation and then go down. I don't know what happens. So at this stage, now the market has gone back to bullish. So we don't trade this. You wait for the bearish sentiment. And it was just all too late. What happens here? I mean, that's a high wick, but anyway, and it goes down. So,
Okay.
yeah, but you see how we just dissected that, bro? I mean,
Yeah, I do. Yep.
Everything always looks pretty, you know, at the time because we want it to look pretty because we want to take profit. Let's just factor some things in here. You enter this candle 5 minutes before the hourly close when the candle was creating this wick indicating bullish pressure. The sentiment is bullish. You're expecting the next 4H candle to go down. So all you need to allow to happen is for that hourly candle to start its shift in momentum down, to then have a slight pullback to give you that double top and then go down. This didn't happen. The sentiment of this hourly candle continued to push up, which makes sense off of the back of this wick rejection, which is the bullish pressure on that hourly candle, okay? So if we have that hourly candle close, you draw a level like this, and in your head, you're thinking the momentum should continue up because the hourly has closed with a wick. That's why you need the new hourly to open and start shifting in that momentum. Now, this momentum of this candle is still the current candle, which has now left a wick at the top. This is now indicating further evidence and confirmation that the bearish sentiment is in play. Once you have this hourly candle close, what you can then do is you can now start to look for your lower high level or an expectancy to see, let's see how this closed. 5, we don't need that. I think this is a close of the 5, so we have to do this. So I think this is the hourly close. This should close bearish with a slight wick. Yeah, correct. Bearish with a slight wick. Okay. Once you see this, you can now say to yourself, well, I mean, I wouldn't be looking for sales again, but you could say to yourself, let's see how the 4H looks like. The 4H at the time of this candle pushing down was here. 4H candle was, yeah, you definitely could look to sell this. Now, you see what I mean? This 4H had attempted to push up. It's coming off of the back of this as evidence and confirmation. The momentum shift has started to push down. Now you can sell into this wick because this hourly is closed. The only way you're going to sell into this wick here is as long as you've got enough room to go break even and you have a pattern to line that up with on the 5-minute time frame. And now we're going to freeze again. So now this is your break-even range. You need to say to yourself, this is the hourly close. If this is my wick rejection and this is where I want to enter this trade, you need to make sure if you're planning to take it, that you have enough room from your entry and where price is at to get to break even as a 1-to-1, just in case price doesn't do that. Where is price right now? I honestly don't know. This is a bearish, bullish, bullish, bullish open, bullish, bearish close. Price action is here. So let's say you decide to look at the trade like this because now you have the bearish sentiment in your direction. I'm not saying I would have taken this, guys, but I'm just illustrating how you could be thinking. And then you want to make sure you get to 1-to-1 break even, as Paulina just mentioned, before it gets back down to the hourly wick and then go from there. This was no. So then again, you chase the trade. If you see bullish pressure, you're still expecting this hourly to go down because we're only 5 minutes in. So you chase this candle, you chase this candle, you chase this candle until you have your stop loss above the structure. And then you're saying if the momentum shifts, you get triggered in why it's bullish. If it continues up, you cancel the order. And then what would have happened? You would, yeah, it just would have gone down. Does this make sense, bro? And chat, does this make sense?
Yeah, this makes sense.
It does.
And so you definitely would have waited then for that next hourly close before even considering this trade.
No.
Based on because let
me clear that question up for you. No, if the hourly candle, not this hourly here, if this hourly candle that had opened came back to this level and gave wick rejections here, I would have been suspecting this hourly candle to go down. Do you understand? So I would have sold it on the previous hourly. But because the hourly candle shifted or continued its momentum off of the back of this wick rejection, remember this area here is the wick rejection on the hourly time frame. Because this wick rejection indicates this bullish pressure, I need price to respect this level, not this level, this level. If price respects this level here, then I'm going to take the trade if it gives me wick rejections, okay? But this hourly candle did not respect this level because the bullish momentum continued to push up, meaning that this hourly candle has now been cancelled to sell. I now need this candle to close bearish strong to then even make me think to take an opportunity for a continued sell in a sell buy structure. Based on the 4H time frame, the wick rejection had formed, which is this level here in the market. It now started its shifting momentum down. We had a strong hourly candle close, and now we had a wick rejection that was left behind that we could fulfill up here. This is a wick rejection up here. We could fulfill a lower high formation, expecting after the open of the hourly candle, the next hourly candle to go down. And look here, that's exactly what happened. Does this make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're really not gonna like that I took the I re-entered on the double top then.
You took a re-entry.
Yeah, I took a re-entry on that double top.
This double top here.
The next one.
This one.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But listen to your contradiction though, right? You took this trade. Remember, I'm only trying to iron you out a little bit, bro. I'm not trying
this is
I'm not trying to
Yeah.
heat you up or anything. You said you took this trade because of the momentum shift and you saw the double top pattern, right? Long and short of it, that's what you saw. The momentum shift and the lower higher double top pattern. Is this correct? Auto trader.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
Right.
Yep.
This was your double top.
Yes.
Where did this level come from?
From the previous 4-hour close.
Yeah, now you want it to the previous 4-hour close, but then what momentum is this?
It's still bullish.
So you sold after the momentum shift bearish into a double top, and you got break even, or you lost, I'm not sure, and then you sold at what you call another double top with bullish momentum. You see how this could get you in trouble moving forward with your trades?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so we need to get some consistency with your entries. And once you get those consistency, bro, then I don't care if this hit 1 to 100, bro. I know you're just going to give that back to the market if you keep doing this. And that's what I'm trying to help you with. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
All right,
yeah,
bro.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah.
No,
Thanks
man,
a lot.
thanks for being a good listener. And hopefully this could just give you some things to work on moving forward.
Definitely.
All right, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Of course. I don't know who's asking me this question. Sis. Wumi, no, would I be worried about the wicks to the left? You talking about these wicks here? Wumi, are you talking about these wicks here? On the 15-minute here? 5-minute here? Yo, I love these sisters charts, man. These pink charts. Okay, I don't know if Wumi's still here. If you're asking me would I be worried about this, I did just mention that if I'm planning to sell these, I can't remember what it is now on the 5 minutes. If I'm planning to sell this, no, it's the lower one. I'm finished now, baby. If I'm planning to sell this, I'm now taking into account the low of the previous hourly candle. How does it translate? Exactly. So if I'm taking this trade, I'm hunting this. I did just mention this, didn't I? I'm hunting this candle, and I have to make sure that I get a 1-to-1 before price gets to this level. So no, I'm not worried about it because I can get a 1-to-1 and then I can get to break even. So hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, Danica, your charts are well nice. Just changing Forex, man. All that green and red and black and white and boring shit. All right. Good session. Now, for the rest of you that are here, 38 members, in terms of uploading this content, I'm just struggling at the moment trying to understand the technicals behind how my developer has built this website. So what I'm waiting for is for Banu admin just to finish the transfers. And once she's done that, then I'll go over and add these videos. They will be up on the weekend. Please don't message me about them. I'm sorry they're not available to you immediately, but they will be available to you on the weekend. I will have to create a new folder online for you guys to access it. So just please be patient with me. No. Not all the sim sessions will be uploaded. And the reason why I've removed some of the sim sessions and the reason why I asked the group whose sim sessions would you like to keep, not like to keep, but who do you think has given the most value? I mean, they're all valuable, is because it's an information overload. Popson, I think you're the only person asking for them. If you really want to watch them, message me privately. I'll give you access to them. Nobody else is going to get access to them because I just think it's information overload. But if that's how you learn, I'll give you access to them, Boxing, okay? But other than that, guys and ladies, great session. Some great trades here. For now, take care, all right? Catch you in the chat.